Hey everyone, I'm your host Storm, and today we are back on the Shafted podcast, Dragon Ball Legends #1 podcast. But before we get into this video, thank you guys for so much support last episode. Our first episode did amazing. I can't wait for you guys to meet the rest of the team. They're going to be joining us on the next few episodes. But yeah, so let's get right into this video. Okay, so I'm going to go over the usual suspects for Dragon Ball Legends celebrations, because usually they bring the most hype, and then I'll go over my personal guesses. So a character who is very hype, but I don't think would show up is Super Gogeta. We saw him a couple months ago for the last celebration. He was the headliner for the festival of 2025. While yes, he's a great character, brings in a lot of money, and we just saw a fusion version, I doubt we'd see another one this anniversary. It would really surprise me. Another one that would really surprise me is Super Vegeta. We got him 3-4 months ago? We're not going to see him again. He would genuinely shock me if he was somehow in this anniversary right after getting his legend. I really don't think they should do this. However, a character that I think they should do is Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. We haven't had one of him in about 2 years, which is a little past when a character as hype as this should have a new character. And of course, they just dropped Legend, so that chance of him being a character is incredibly high. In fact, I would put money we see him by the end of the year. Another character I'd put money on is Vegeta Blue. We haven't had one of those in about a year and a half, and according to Goresh, there's a rule called the 18-month rule, where you almost always see a hype fusion after 18 months. And of course, it has been around 18 months, so I definitely see him being the hype character they use to headline this part. To kind of counter that Vegeta hype, I feel like they could also drop a Gogeta Blue, or separately. Gogeta Blue, of course, being Dragon Ball's most popular fusion. Yes, he is more popular than Vegito, not in this game, however. I would agree that yes, Vegito is more popular in Dragon Ball Legends, but overall, Gogeta Blue is the most hyped fusion in Dragon Ball. Just look at the movie, okay? Now, a non-fusion that I think is very hype, makes a lot of money, and we could even see, is Beast Gohan. A lot of people don't like Beast Gohan, but all 3 times he's brought in insane profits for them and has been incredibly strong. And I feel like, honestly, I'm not a big fan of the meta right now, so if he was a meta shatterer, yeah, I could see that happening, but a lot of people wouldn't really like that. And of course, you know Gohans, they're gonna destroy the meta. But another character who could destroy the meta, but I don't think would, is MUI Goku. We haven't seen an MUI Goku in about, besides last year, we only had one more after 3-ish years. So I think we could see an Ultra MUI Goku for this Ultra. We could also see him as a legend next to another character that I'll talk about later. But the character that I think is usually hype enough to be in a festival, but would genuinely be a horrible pick right now, because we just got him, is Rose Goku Black. We just got one 5 days ago. The chance of him appearing this festival, anniversary, incredibly low. Insanely low. I would put all of my money on the fact that he wouldn't show up until maybe even the end of next year. Another character that I would put money on not showing up is Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. Yes, we could see a Beast Gohan, maybe even an Ultimate Gohan, but a Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, we just got a couple months ago for the part 2 of the festival. And while, yes, it is correct that it was the best celebration part 2 we've ever had, statistically, we are very unlikely to see him. He's been out for only a few months, our last one. I really doubt it. Another character who is also out around the same time as Gohan, Zamasu. We just got an Ultra Corrupt Zamasu 7-ish months ago, So I really doubt we're gonna get one of him this anniversary. A lot of people want a new Fusion Zamasu, like a base one. And while yes, it's been almost a year and a half since we've seen one of them, he got his unique equip next to Ultra Zamasu. And a double Zamasu meta we just had, I doubt we'd get another one. But those are the 10 characters that are usually, like, they're pretty money makers. They make a lot of money. They're pretty good. Only a couple of them are valid, so Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, Super Saiyan Blue Vegito, Gogeta Blue, Beast Gohan, and MUI. Those are the only ones I think we could actually see. But here are characters that are personal or the community wants. I'm going to start off with a new type of Kaioken Goku, mainly Blue Goku. I know we got a base Kaioken Goku last year, but I feel like either a Namek one or a blue one, we could 100% see. It has been so long since we've had one of those types. We haven't had a blue Kaioken Goku since Evo Ken, and we haven't had a standalone one in, like, what, 4-ish years? He was one of the first summonable Ultras. I really doubt we'd get him, or we wouldn't get him this year, but with the new Legend rarity, he could maybe have some insane mechanic where he starts at blue, transforms into Kaioken for a couple counts, does insane damage, and then goes right back down. Another Universe Rep character we could get is Fusing Kefla. I know we got Tag Kefla and Tag Caulifla and Kale last year for part 1 of the anniversary, but I really think we should see a Fusing Kefla, especially with this new Legend rarity. One that could drop, kind of as a duo, would be MUI Goku and Jiren. This would be insanely hype and 100% would be a good, I feel like a good part 2. We got MUI as a headliner last year, but I think a part 2 would 100% fit these guys, or even just Ultra MUI. Another 2 character thing I could see, this one as a headliner, is Gogeta Blue with Broly. Now, this is, of course, the 8th anniversary part 1 predictions, so I think this would be the perfect part 1. I really don't see anything else beating this. Maybe if it was like a Super Saiyan Blue Vegito and Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, but even for me personally, that wouldn't be as good. That would probably make more money, but it wouldn't be as good. Another tag that we could see, it would be a decent headliner, Android Saga. We could see a Super Saiyan Adult Gohan, maybe a Legend 17 and 18, or either of them separate. Who knows? Alright, I think those are definitely characters we could see as Legends. Maybe even a Teen Trunks, even though we just got an Ultra Trunks. So that's not necessarily as likely, but I could genuinely see those characters coming out as headliners. Another one, despite how much I really don't like this, Daima. We could see Daima. We could see a mini Super Saiyan 4 Goku. I don't think we'd see a Goma. I personally would hate a Goma, but I'm not worried that one would come out because it's so unlikely. He's a giant character and they're not adding giant characters. But yeah, I could also see him as an Ultra, whether it be an adult or a mini, just like MUI. They could be anywhere in the festival, anniversary, but they would be good Ultras. Of course, I think either Ultra MUI and Ultra Broly, they could be really good Ultras that would tie up the anniversary really well. As well as, of course, Daima Super Saiyan 4 Goku, although I don't think he would be as well received as the other 2. So those 2 are probably the best, but we're not talking about that part. We are talking about part 1. So my official 3 yeses for part 1 are Tournament of Power, Sagas of the Movies, or, sadly, Daima. But yeah, those are my thoughts on this anniversary part 1 predictions. Tomorrow we will know if we're getting a free-to-play this week and or a unique / Zenkai for the week. But those will definitely hint us to what part 1 will be. But yeah, so stay tuned for that. We'll probably post a video on it, and thank you guys.